I'm used to go next to the.
Okay.
Yeah, we're maximize the revenue.
Thank
Always take one more.
By the way, Alan, he's an amazing Tai Chi artist.
He's already sent me a bunch of, I'm thinking about, pursuing a practice outside of this.
Okay.
Based on my experience with you, pre-COVID, and then just talking to Alan and planning this again, I'm gonna take a good look at it.
Yeah.
I may be talking about that offline, like through your association.
Okay. Yeah, he's an amazing.
Alan, it's just like, you told me to go for 30 years or something.
Yeah, he's amazing. I wanted to actually train with him as a teacher, but I'm teaching so much I haven't really had a chance to. So. All right. Welcome. How's everybody doing today?
It's fine.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it that way, okay? So, what I thought we'd do, since this is the first class back, by the way, hi to everybody online. Any comments? Not yet. All right. What I thought I'd do since the first class back, now I know Barbara, and it's Rich, right? Rich, okay. But we have some new people here today.
We know each other.
You know each other.
Yeah, and Gary.
Okay.
And she grew up in my college hometown, right?
Now, that's a small world.
Bloomington, Indiana, right?
Oh, okay.
That's right. Go Hoosiers.
How are you?
My mom's a Hoosier from Elkhart.
Oh, really?
Up on
She's
the
quite a
northern
bit
side.
further north of
I grew
Yeah.
up in Vincent.
Yeah.
Vincent, Indiana is where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
Our south of Terre Haute, now north of Evansville. Right
Okay.
on the Wabash River.
Gotcha. Yeah, mom was way up
I know
north.
where
She was,
Elkhart is, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was like 10
My
miles
son
from
lives
the.
in Indianapolis. We still have Hoosier in my blood, right?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
My son lives in Indianapolis. I still have Hoosier in my blood.
once a Hoosier, always a Hoosier,
That's
right?
right. You bet.
All right. Well, this is a way to kind of get to know everybody. Why don't we go and just say, what have you been doing the past 2 years while we haven't been here? You want to go start off?
I was diagnosed in February 2021. Nobody told me about classes, so in January this year I found them. I've been going through my Mondays and Wednesdays since then. Now, and doing Zoom classes on Tuesdays and what were they? Tuesdays and Fridays.
Okay.
Of course, they're going kind of going away, but I love it. But I'll be here one or two days. I got to figure out what's best.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm not too bad yet, but I want to keep it that way, right?
Right.
Exercise helps. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I've been kind of lazy, just chasing after grandchildren. And Rick and I have a new grandson born last Saturday. And his name is James Walters, and they're going to call him Walt. So these old names are really coming back. And so outside of chasing grandkids, and my sister lives with me, and she has issues of taking care of her. And just trying to stay busy with all my volunteer activities online.
Good.
Online, we have multiple groups and everything.
Sure.
Did everything online. So.
Part of your legacy for Walt is to introduce him to Tai Chi, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's cool. You want to chime in, sir?
Actually, I belong to Clayton Center, and so they've been pretty aggressive, but safe through COVID, and I really appreciate that, how they
Yeah.
tried to do it, and how they are doing it. And in my workout, what I find coming from working with you pre-COVID, you energize me for my older practice that I incorporated now in my wind down stretch. I'm very religious as I am with the push-ups and the plank and the downward facing dog, the flexibility movements, a little bit of yoga, and I'm always doing a Tai Chi stand-up platform at the end for leg strengthening and movements that I picked up here.
You're an instructor somewhere.
No, I'm not far from that.
Okay.
But I just do my own personal workout.
Oh,
Just put my warm down.
Oh.
Of course, I've spent more time on that than before.
Excellent.
So are you both Parkinson's patients?
I'm a teammate for my.
You're a teammate,
mother-in-law.
like I am. Yeah.
He's the secret. And I'm one patient with the Parkinson's.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's Gary? Gary. All right. I'm glad. Lana, Barbara, Rich.
Lana.
Lana.
Lana Armstrong, Lana, not banana.
Okay, sorry.
She
Lana.
knows that, Lana.
My
I
apologies.
get very uptight about that.
I noticed that.
So
That's right.
it's my father's fault. He said, fight for your names.
Oh, no, and it will take me a little while to get it right, but my name's Craig, so you can call me Frank until I get it right, okay? Or whatever else you wanna call me.
How
Just
about
remember,
Greg?
there's a
You
lot of
offended-
my.
You offended by Greg? I think I called you Greg.
Yeah, no, that's easy. So anyway, so Lon, Gary, right? All right. What have you been doing the past couple of years? It's been a long time, isn't it? It feels like more than 2 years, doesn't it?
That situation where house
Speak up. Can you speak up?
So your house and what happened with your house?
I'm not gonna be.
Okay.
Gary was diagnosed first with dementia.
Okay.
We actually go in the 16th of this month to Wash U. They really haven't determined what kind of dementia, and
Sure.
they seem to want to really put him in a pigeonhole for some reason. I don't know why. But we have just, we were going faithfully several times a week to the Y before COVID started.
Mhm.
And we are both just extremely weak. We haven't done anything online. I'm not an online person, and he really can't do it now. And we found, I mean, he's been in physical therapy at St. Luke's. That really didn't do much, although the neurologist seemed to think that that's really what he needed, so we did it. But it didn't help that much. The bicycle riding at the Y seems to do more. I mean, you can notice immediately that he picks his feet up better.
And there's
And
good
all that
research
kind of
behind that too. There's good research behind that. That bicycle riding is helpful
Yes,
for people with
evidently.
Parkinson's.
Yeah. And then Michelle told us about this.
Mhm.
We actually had a friend a few years ago now, and I'm just kind of remembering it today. My girlfriend and her husband, who used to be Gary's boss, actually was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And I remember her now telling me about a place that was north of where we live. We live on Shetler Valley. We're like less than a mile away.
Sure.
And Jim would not go. He didn't want to participate. So I just kind of forgot all about it, but I'm sure this is what she was talking about. And he has passed.
Okay.
He's quite a bit older. But anyway, we're just here because Michelle shared the information with us.
Which was very kind of her to do. We appreciate it.
Well, yes, I certainly do, but I think she's all in on this. There's no doubt about that. She's really,
We're blessed with really good
Really,
instructors.
you
The
bet.
whole group of instructors for the APDA, we all are very passionate.
yeah.
We're not just instructors. I mean, my mother had Parkinson's, so.
Well, we don't have
that's
anybody
one
that
reason.
we're aware of who's had Parkinson in his family, so we don't know.
Hi, Vaughn. Vaughn is online. Hi, Vaughn. So, it sounds like you're doing the right things. Tai Chi has been proven over and over again to help people with Parkinson's. It also helps people with dementia. Tai Chi is a unique exercise. It's a mental and physical exercise, right? Barbara and Rich are some of the veterans. So, you have to really stay engaged. Your mind has to stay engaged while you do it. So it's a mental and physical exercise, which is one reason why it helps people with Parkinson's so much, because Parkinson's is a neuromuscular disease. It's not just a muscular disease. So if there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know.
Okay,
That's what I'm
thank
here
you.
for. Okay?
Thank you.
I just want to add one more thing.
Sure.
I was having trouble with my right foot, my right hip and everything, so I went to Star Rehab, UJC Star Rehab at Timberlake. And actually, when I was there doing therapy, they did a lot of Tai Chi moves. I mean, that's what I was doing. I said, "Oh, this is Tai Chi," and he said, "Yes." So,
Yes.
and it was John Motley. I don't know if you've come across him.
Doesn't ring a bell, but
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the physical therapists have realized that, well, the Chinese have been doing this for thousands of years. Maybe they were right. So, real quick, for the past 2 years, I had a daughter graduate high school. My oldest daughter graduated high school, and now she just finished her sophomore year at Maryville. And my youngest daughter graduates the day after Memorial Day.
Where?
So,
That's
from
exciting.
Newburgh High School down in
So
South
I was
County.
a teacher there years ago.
You did?
Years ago,
Really?
before she was born, but yes,
Probably.
Spanish, taught Spanish.
Oh, really? What?
When Betty and Park was a middle school, that's how long ago.
Okay. Well, I'm a '78 graduate from Newburgh High School.
I thought that I might have you
I went to Sperry.
in middle school. Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm a '78 graduate. I was one of the cross country runners, although it doesn't look like it now. But I ran cross
I
country.
wouldn't dare say that, no, but
I ran cross country with Tom McCracken. So, and in fact, this was one of the cool things that happened in November of last year. Tom McCracken and his whole dynasty. So, in the '70s, Tom McCracken in like 8 years had 6 #1 state titles and 2 #2s. He had a huge dynasty, and I was part of that dynasty. And so the Limber cross country team was inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
So it's like I'm in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame
That's great.
as a group with cross country. So that was a pretty cool thing that happened.
Well, Indiana had a McCracken who was a basketball coach. Branch McCracken was his name,
Okay.
and he has the national basketball title for IU. He's got a flag hanging in it.
that day.
I'll take your word for that one. So I don't know. Tom McCracken was a mentor to me, and I still get to see him.
That's great.
So yeah, it
That's
is.
great.
Okay, one quick interesting trivia, I think it is. So, my father and my oldest daughter were not able to have normal graduations from high school
Oh, yeah.
because of world events. My father was a World War II vet, so he left, and then he came back and got his GED. And my daughter, because of COVID. So, how weird is that?
How sad is that?
Yeah, it really is. So. But she's doing well. She's on the dean's list. She gets that from her mom, not me. So, okay, so let's do some Tai Chi. I just thought it's just kind of nice to know each other. I realize you guys know each other already. So, all right. So in this class, if you want to stand and do Tai Chi, awesome. If you want to sit and do Tai Chi, you can do that also. Whatever works well for you. All right. When we're standing, we work our legs a little more. But if you get tired, it's okay to sit down. Okay? All right. So, traditional Chinese bow is taking our right hand and making it into a fist, represents power. Taking our left hand, bringing our fingers together, representing friendship, and then tucking in the thumb, representing humility. Something our politicians know about, right? And fist goes into the palm, and we say, welcome, or ni hao. All right.
What's the word?
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao means hello in Chinese.
Oh, right, right.
Yes. I only know a few words in Chinese, but ni hao, shishi is thank you.
I don't have to wait for
Oh, really?
So ni hao's how we start.
Yeah, yes.
Ni hao. Do we bow? No,
Uh,
we turn.
Actually, when they bow, you don't do a deep bow, you just look somebody in the eye. Got it.
Ni hao.
All right. So stand if you are able to. We're going to stand in this is known as the Wuji Position. So my feet are shoulder or hip distance apart. Put a nice gentle bend in the knees. Tuck in the tailbone, and the head is lifted by a silk thread. Not polyester, but a silk thread. All right? So we have good straight body posture in this direction, and we have good straight body posture in this direction. By the way, Vaughn online, he was also, turns out, he's in Wisconsin, he's viewing us online. He was also a cross-country runner in his
There
day.
you go.
So, isn't that cool? All right. So, from this Wuji position, we're going to do some long, slow, deep breathing. All right? We breathe from the belly. The Chinese call it breathing like a baby. Okay? We inhale through the nose, the belly expands. Exhale through the mouth, the belly contracts. Okay? So let's begin. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale, hands in front of the heart. Exhale, gently push the palms forward. Inhale, hands in front of the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you have a nice gentle bend in those knees. When we bend our knees, it activates our leg muscles, all right? When we stand with our knees locked, all of our weight is on our skeletal system, and we're not strengthening our legs. But when we bend the knees, we start to strengthen our legs, all right? Arms over the head next. Do what is comfortable for you. Don't force your shoulders, okay? So inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, gently push the palms towards the ceiling. You can yell go blues if you want. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in and long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Arms to the side. Inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, push the palms out, fingertips up. Feel that nice stretch. Inhale, hands back up in front of the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Deep, belly breath in. Breathing out, pushing out. Inhale. And exhale. Almost like you never stopped, right, Robert? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next, the arms in the diagonals, I'll be mirroring you, all right? Inhale, hands to the heart, left hand up, right hand down, making the leg an X. Inhale, hands back up in front of the heart. Now reverse that, right up, left down. Exhale. Good posture, everybody. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, left up, right down. Inhale. Doing wonderful. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to do it one more time each side. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. You're going to flap the arms like bird wings again. Be kind to your shoulders. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. That's the next one. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, my favorite, which makes it your favorite, gathering chi. Chi is that life energy. All right? So big, deep belly breath in. And a long, slow breath out. Bring the hands right down the center line. Chi is the life energy that runs through our body. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do it a couple more times. Big, deep belly breath in. Down in all that good chi, all that good energy. Exhale. Pull that chi into our body. Keep looking straight ahead as you do this. Inhale. And exhale. And there you have it. That's our breathing exercise. And it worked. Everybody's still breathing. All right. Happy Mother's Day. All
Thank
the
you.
mothers. So those of you that know me know I tell dad jokes. And I found the perfect dad joke. It's a combination of a Mother's Day joke and a dad's joke. So, kids, don't forget to pick up a bottle of wine for your mother on Mother's Day. After all, you're one of the reasons she drinks. Mothers get that.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to do some warm-up exercises, okay? These are, it's a series of 12 exercises: neck, shoulders, lower spine, hips, knees, and ankles, okay? We learn the principles of Tai Chi through these exercises, and then we can apply those as we do forms or Qigong, which we also practice a little bit of Qigong in this class also. Most people have no clue what Qigong is, so we advertise it as Tai Chi. Yeah. So there's, just like in, I think Spanish language has this also, just as in American, you have two words that sound alike but have different meanings. Tai Chi, so there's the Chi of Tai Chi, CHI, means supreme ultimate.
Means what?
Supreme ultimate, or you hear it called Tai Chi Chuan also. Chuan means fist, so supreme ultimate fist. Most people that call it Tai Chi Chuan are more of the people that do it for martial arts. So the Chuan means fist. But there's also QI Chi, and that's that life energy. If you've ever had acupuncture, acupressure, they work on the Chi in your body. Traditional Chinese medicines, and you open up those blockages of Chi in your body. And so anything that increases your Chi is called Qigong. So meditation is Qigong. Anything that increases that. So Tai Chi is a form of Qigong because it increases the Qi. Okay? So,
We're not gonna have a test, are we?
oh, yeah, actually, no.
Oh, they don't have ideas.
No. I prefer teaching through osmosis. Like, I'll tell you about Qi, and you're like, he said something about it. And then you'll hear me mention it again, and all of a sudden it starts kind of moving into your vocabulary. So, all right, so we're going to start at the neck. So these exercises: neck, shoulders, lower spine, hips, knees, and ankles. We'll work our way through the body. We're starting out with the neck. First exercise, a chin tuck. You keep the chin level, kind of tuck in the chin. It helps to look straight ahead as you do this, all right? Don't look down at the ground, look straight ahead, tuck in the chin, and you feel a stretch right here on the back of the neck. Okay? All right. So, from the Wuji position, knees bent, tucking in the tailbone, heads lifted by the silk thread, a beaming smile radiating from our faces because we're having so much fun. Float the hands up in front of us, hands to the chest, tucking in the chin while looking straight ahead. Hands come out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest without leaning forward. 2 more times, we float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, feel that nice stretch on the back of the neck. Look straight ahead, don't look down at the ground. Hands come out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest. Let's do that again. We float the hands up in front of us. So look straight ahead, keep the chin level as you tuck in the chin. Feel that nice stretch. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, sink the chin to the chest. One more time. Float the hands up in front of us, keep the chin level, tucking in the chin as you bring the hands to the chest. Gives you this nice double chin. Who doesn't want that? Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest. Beautiful. That's a really good exercise for people with Parkinson's. Sometimes people get that head forward carriage. So, and when you do that, you keep the chin level, kind of tuck back, That
Can't
helps.
tell what I'm doing.
Yes, the second time you looked down and did that, but
Yeah, I
yes,
realized
you're keeping it level. So yes, no, you're doing wonderful. Tai Chi is something you learn gradually. You're not going to get it perfect the first time or the second, even not the third, fourth, fifth, or the first 100th time. But you just keep trying to get a little better each time. It's a beautiful thing. All right, next neck exercise. We're going to look over one shoulder and then look over the other shoulder. All right, that's our second neck exercise. We're also going to work the brain. So as I look over, I'll be mirroring you. As I look over my right shoulder, I'm going to bring my right hand with me. And then with my left hand, I'm going to push down on my left hand like I'm trying to tell a dog to stay there. Okay? So we're working the brain besides just the neck. Okay? So from prayer hand position, Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, palms are facing one another. Look over your right shoulder, bring your right hand with you. You look right and push down with the left hand. And then come back to prayer hands. Then form a Tai Chi ball with the right hand on top. Look over the left shoulder, bring your left hand with you as you look over the left shoulder and push down on the right hand. And then come back to center. Work on the neck first, all right? Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Watch the right hand going over the right shoulder, look right, push down on the left. And come back to prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watch the left hand going over the left shoulder, look over your left shoulder, look left, push down on the right. And come back to center. One more time. Tai Chi ball, left hand on top. Look over your right shoulder and then bring the right hand with you, looking right, pushing down left. Come back to center. There we go. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Look over your left shoulder and bring your left hand with you, looking left, pushing down on the right. And come back to prayer hands and relax the hands down. Excellent. Forward shoulder circles next. Bring our shoulders back, then up, then forward and down. Good posture, everybody. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Shoulders back, up, forward, down. Nicely done. Keep that head lifted by that silk thread, all right? We're going to reverse that now. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, down. Good job. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Nicely done. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity. We did this in the breathing exercise, right? So why are we repeating it? Well, we were first doing it for the breathing. Now we're going to do it for our shoulder, all right? This is a real powerful exercise for people with Parkinson's. That rigidity that you get, this can help with that rigidity. Although really this exercise helps everybody. Because when we get Parkinson's, our bodies get tight and tense, right? Or if we get angry, maybe you're upset at your Tai Chi instructor, you get tight and tense, right? But instead, this exercise, we open and expand our body, okay? So this is called, the exercise is called gathering chi. You imagine that someone's gently pulling at your wrist, all right? So instead of my hands just being out here, you're kind of reaching out with the hands. The Chinese call it reaching for infinity. And as you reach out, you're going to feel your elbow and your shoulder, even your chest and your back. You feel them open and expand, all right? So this is a great way for that tenseness that you get with Parkinson's to open and expand that, especially if you get nervous or anxious. Try living your life open and expanded, okay? So gently, we're reaching out, feel that beautiful stretch. And exhale, relax the hands down. Once again, we're reaching out, reaching up, feel the stretch in your elbow, and your shoulder, your chest, and your back. And then exhale and relax the hands down. Beautiful. One more time, gently. Reaching out, reaching up. And then exhale and relax the hands down. Very nice. Good job. By the way, I'll do the next one then I'll say. So that was opening up our body horizontally. Now we're going to open up our body vertically. Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna be taller.
Yes. Actually, I was just going to say there was a lady, Chen. Remember her? She came to class from China. She was in her early 80s. She grew 1 inch in a year. She went to her primary and he goes, "You're a ½ inch taller." And she was kind of like, "Yeah." And then another 6 months later, she went and he goes, "You're another ½ inch, 1 inch taller than you were a year ago."
Amazing, I've lost 2.5 inches in height.
You might get it back.
Bones.
You might get it back. This exercise will help. I started Tai Chi in my mid 40s and I was 6 foot. I'm now like 6'1.5". So
Wow.
yeah. It hasn't helped you, but that's right. So this is called touching heaven and earth. So you hear me talk about the silk thread holding your head up. You imagine someone's lifting up on that silk thread. Perfect. Good job. Like your head is gently floating to the ceiling. Okay. You keep looking straight ahead. Don't look up. Look straight in front of you as you do it. Okay. So we start out in the prayer hand position. The left hand pushes up, the right hand pushes down, and stretch that spine. And come back to center.
Your legs are still.
Yeah, you keep the bend in your legs. Right hand up, left hand down. Float that head towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch. And come back to center. Actually, I'm going to expand on that. Relax the hands down for a second. So, as I'm standing in the Wuji position, I talk about tucking in the tailbone. So what we're doing is I'm actually straightening the tailbone, all right? But the other thing this does is it roots our spine, the lower part of our spine, okay? And then as I lift my head up, imagine a string where you're pulling down on the string here, that's tucking in the pelvis, and then lifting the head by the silk thread. So you're opening up all those discs in your spine, opening and expanding those discs, okay? So as we tuck in the pelvis, you don't go crazy, you don't over rotate. It's just a nice gentle tuck, but you go from here and you just kind of tuck the pelvis in. Okay? And that roots that base of that string, and then you pull up and stretch that spine. Okay? So prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, gently stretch that spine. And come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretch that spine. And come back to center. Sometimes you hear popping. Left up, right down, float that head towards the ceiling. Feel that beautiful stretch. Come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretch that spine. And come back to center. 2 prayer hands. And relax the hands down. Excellent. You guys are doing awesome. All right. Main thing is, are you having fun? All right.
Well,
Excellent.
it does work the brain, that's for sure.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out all this stuff.
That's why Tai Chi is helpful for people with dementia, Alzheimer's, people in stroke recovery, people with traumatic brain injury. In fact, there's a study now, oh man, this has been 4 or 5 years ago. So people with Alzheimer's, your brain actually starts to shrink, right? You actually lose brain mass if you have Alzheimer's disease. So they did a study, and it was a sizable study. There was like 90 people in the study. They had them do Tai Chi. Half of the group did Tai Chi, half of the group didn't. The group that did Tai Chi, now you would think if your brain is shrinking, if you're able to get your brain to stop shrinking, that would be a success, right? Well, the people with Tai Chi, not only did the brain stop shrinking, it started to grow back mass. Isn't that amazing? It speaks to how much you use the brain in Tai Chi. Isn't that incredible?
What a magnificent organ it is.
Yes, it is. Well, and there was actually another study. So this is specific to people with Parkinson's. Quite interesting. This came out of Seattle. And we found, so like all of the functions for our balance reside deep inside the center of our brain, where a lot of like, functions for our heart and things like that are deep inside the center of our brain. But for some reason, people with Parkinson's, the balance moves out of the center of the brain and moves to the frontal lobe, which is where our executive decisions take place. So like if you're going to decide, where we're going to go for lunch after this or something like that, or, the balance moves to the executive function. And this is one reason why sometimes you have trouble multitasking when you have Parkinson's disease. Because if you're trying to stand on one leg and think about where am I going to go to lunch, you have trouble doing that because it's like a computer. It starts to get, the memory starts to get overloaded. It starts operating slowly. Our frontal lobe of our brain will do the same thing. So multitasking is a good thing to train with. But if you're out driving, you probably don't want to, be talking on the phone while you drive and that type of thing. Try and keep, if you're doing critical stuff, try to not multitask when you're doing critical things. Okay? And I saw this, you didn't meet Nancy, one of my students, she would be doing Tai Chi and, she would put her weight on this leg and she would put her weight on this leg and she got an Apple Watch and she'd look at her Apple Watch and she'd have trouble with her balance immediately when she would look at her Apple Watch. And I think it was that multitasking thing. So I just thought that was quite interesting. So something to keep in mind. If you're doing critical things, try to not multitask. Try to stay focused on one task and probably help you better. Okay? All right. Second lower spine exercise. We're not going to move our hips. We're going to turn our upper body to the left side and the right side without moving the hips. Okay? It's not easy to do, is it? So when we turn, we can turn our neck from side to side. We can turn our shoulders from side to side. Here, we want to turn our belly button from one side to the other side without moving the hips. All right? And I'm assuming everybody knows where their belly button is, right? If not, we have a teacher here. She can teach us.
Two teachers, I was a teacher too.
That's what my daughter's. She's going to Maryville Elementary Ed.
Well, good, I was a primary teacher for 31 years.
She can teach you.
6 to 12.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
All right, so carrying the ball side to side, don't move the hips. It helps my wife, and she's much smarter than I am, except for her choice of men. She's much smarter than I am. But as she turns to the left, she feels like someone's kind of pushing back on the right hip. That helps to kind of stabilize the hips a little bit. Okay? And when you do this one, you're going to feel this stretch right here in the lower back. Okay? So, prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Without moving the hips, turn your belly button to the left. You got it. Turn the ball over, right hand is on top, and then gently turn to the right. Without moving the hips, turn the belly button to the right. You turn the ball over, left hand is on top. And then gently turn to the left, not turning the hips, turning the upper body. So turn your belly button left. Turn the ball over, right hand is on top. And then gently turn to the right. Now stay on that right side as you turn the ball over, left hand is on top. Then turn to the left. Turn the belly button, not just the hand. Turn the upper body. Turn the ball over, right hand is on top, and then
I gotta work on this.
gently turn to the right. It's not easy to do, is it?
No, I don't feel like I'm doing it right at all.
And then turn the ball over, come back to center, and relax the hands down. A great place to practice that exercise is a chair, because you can't move your hips because you're sitting on it, right? And just think about where your belly button is directed. Okay? So you turn the whole body. Sometimes it helps if you take that lower hand, because you're carrying the Tai Chi ball, put that lower hand right below your belly button. And so you can kind of realize which direction your belly button is pointing. Okay? That's why you sit, because you can't move your hips. So that's why you can practice.
I feel like I am.
A little bit. Well, I was watching. You're still figuring it out, which is everybody's doing. I mean, I'm still figuring this one out. So sometimes you'll turn the shoulders, not turn the belly button, but you.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You do have to turn your shoulders too, though, right?
Yeah. The whole upper body. So it's like the whole upper body is spinning around your spine, from side to side. But you concentrate on turning the belly button because if you're turning the belly button, the head and the shoulders move together. Okay? All right. So how you feeling? Are your legs tired? Okay, so let's do a few more exercises in the same. If you need to sit down, go ahead and sit down. Whoops, bar is on this side. Okay. Our side to side hip exercises, all right? So, from the Wuji position, concentrate on two things. You're going to concentrate on keeping the knee bent and keeping the body nice and straight, all right? So I'm not leaning out, I'm not pronating the hip back. I'm trying to put all my weight on one leg. Use your chair to help you, okay? So, let's start out prayer hand position. Push to the right, weight to the right, bend in the right knee, tap the left foot, or float the left foot. Set the left foot down. Do what you can do. Do what you can do. Weight shifts left, bend in the left knee, keep the upper body straight, tap the right foot, or float the right foot. Make sure you have a bend in that left knee. Don't keep that knee locked out. And come back to center. All right, so I'll give you a hint here. Everyone wants to prove that they don't need the chair. It actually works better if you use your chair, all right? So it's much better if you shift your weight over and get the right body motion here, get the right range of motion, and then use your chair on the other side as you go to the other side, all right? Make sure you're keeping a bend in your knee. Check your knee and make sure it has a bend in it, all right? Okay? All right, don't make me say your name, right? So, for our hand position, we push to the right, weight to the right, use your chair on the right, keep a bend in the right knee, tap or float the left foot. And then set the left foot down. Now weight shift left, you use your chair on the left, keep a bend in your left knee, there you go, tap or float the right foot. And back to center. Do that one more time. Concentrate on keeping a bend in the knee. You'll find sometimes that, like on one side, you'll do a great job of keeping the bend in the knee, and on the other side, you'll lock the knee out.
Lock weaker on one side than the other.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Other side is well known.
Yeah. And so you'll tend to lock your knee up on that side. So concentrate. Make sure you're keeping the knee bent there. If you do that, what will happen is eventually the two sides, the balance will even out. Because you probably have pretty good balance on this side, and on this side you're like, not so much. But if you keep working, concentrate on that knee being bent, it'll get better and better on that side. And I don't think there have been any studies, but several of my students have gotten relief from Tai Chi with the hip exercise. I think it kind of, yeah. All right, so one more time. Prayer hand position, push right, weight right, bend in the right knee, use that chair if you need to. Tap the left foot or float with the left foot. Keep the upper body straight, make sure you're not leaning. All these things to think about. Weight shifts left, bend in the left knee, upper body straight, tap or float the right foot. And come back to center.
You can really tell which side is stronger.
Yes. Yep.
One side is not strong.
And that's very typical with Parkinson's. One side becomes rigid and the other side becomes weak. That's quite common. It's not easy to say, but Tai Chi helps balance those out over time.
And that's why I was going to therapy, is because of the right foot and the right hip.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I was having foot drop.
On the chair first. So if you're doing the hand exercises, I weight shift right. The right hand comes out, and the left hand tucks underneath the elbow.
I view the right hand as a counterbalance for the left leg. Is that
It's not really a counterbalance. You kind of imagine you're pushing against the wall. In some ways it is, but I'm careful not to use counterbalance because people will start to do this. So you want to keep the body straight. So you're kind of pushing in this direction as you're doing that. Okay? And then as the other way, then the left hand comes out and the right hand touches underneath the elbow. This is a very common martial art position. You're grabbing onto somebody's wrist and pushing on their elbow, locking your arm. All right, so another exercise for our hip. I like to call this the Hokey Pokey. I'm going to turn sideways and demonstrate. You guys stay facing forward. I'm going to touch the heel in front of me with no weight on it. I'm going to touch the toe behind me with no weight on it. As you start out, keep the heel and toe in close. As you get better, you'll be able to extend out further. Let's start with the heel and toe close, okay? We want to keep the upper body straight in this direction, so I'm not leaning backwards and leaning forward, all right? The leg that has the weight on it, that knee stays bent, okay? And then from this direction, as you tap the toe behind you, keep plenty of space between the feet, okay? Now, this is going to test your balance, so please hold on to your chair as you do this, all right? You don't think just touching your toe behind you is going to test your balance, but it will. Okay? So I want you to use your chair and stay safe.
And this bend, right? The one
Yeah, the leg that has the weight on it, the knee stays bent.
heel toe or is it toe?
Heel and toe. It's almost like a country line dance, right? Heel and toe. All right, one more thing I love my Parkinson's friends to do on this one. Our tendency is to touch heel and toe and just kind of slide the leg through, right? I want you to get used to lifting the knee as you transition between heel and toe to lift the knee. It's going to test your balance more, all right? But it's a necessary thing to do, all right? To lift the knee. I'm trying to get you out of the normal walking gait for someone with Parkinson's is to not bend the knees and kind of slide the foot forward, right? We want you lifting your knees when you walk, okay? And I told the last class this, I'll repeat it in this class. When you're walking, listen to how you walk. It sounds stupid, right? But listen to how you walk. If you feel or if you hear your foot scuffing, it means you're not lifting your feet. And listen, like as you go through doorways or the concrete ramp from the parking lot onto the sidewalk, those type of things. If your feet are scuffing there, you're not lifting your knees when you walk. And that's making you into a fall risk, all right? So get used to lifting the knees. Even if you walk slower, lift the knees. It's going to be a lot safer, all right? And then those cracks on the sidewalks aren't going to trip you.
Well, and I was having like foot drop,
Oh, yeah.
and so now I have to concentrate on heel and then.
You're right. Yeah, touching heel toe. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got an ankle exercise for you. We'll do it right after this one. Okay? So I like to call this one the Hokey Pokey. Please use your chair. Stay safe. All right? Weight shifts to the right with a bend in the right knee. Tap left heel in front. All the weight stays right. Tap left toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between your feet. Empty left heel. And empty left toe. Go nice and slow. Touch left heel in front of us, empty. And touch left toe behind us, empty. Now, check your foot position. Make sure you're keeping plenty of space between your feet. Okay? And come back to center. So, something to think about. If I'm standing in this Wuji position, imagine I'm standing on railroad tracks, right? So if I touch my heel in front of me, I want that heel on the railroad track. If I'm touching my toe behind me, I want that toe on the railroad track. Not between the tracks, and definitely not on the same track I'm standing on. I want to keep that distance between the feet, okay? All right, so let's try the other side. Weight shifts left. Bend in the left knee. Use your chair. Tap. Right toe in front of us, empty. And touch right toe behind us, empty. Empty, right heel. Empty, right toe. Hand position for this. Empty heel, hands behind us. empty toe, knees in front of us. Empty heel, and empty toe. And come back to center. So,
I'm fighting knee issues with this, so if you don't see me doing anything, it's this knee is still trying to get better.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'm trying.
We're gonna probably run out of time. There's a great knee exercise you do. You know what? We're not gonna. So I'm gonna kind of mix things up a little bit here. We're gonna do an ankle exercise, which will help your foot drop. You can do this standing or seated. Okay. I would practice this several times a day, at least 3 times a day. Synchronize it with your meals, right? And everybody make sure they eat 3 times a day, right? So it's a simple exercise, but it's very, very powerful. So bring all your weight to the right leg, bend in the right knee, left foot, touch heel and toe. Heel,
No, wait.
toe. No weight on the left foot. All the weight's on the right. So we're strengthening our right leg, but we're pumping blood through our left leg by touching heel and toe. Flex the ankle. Don't move the leg, move the ankle. Heel and toe. Don't move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Excellent. Weight shifts left. Bend in the left knee, right foot, touch heel and toe. Heel, toe. Don't move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe. Go nice and slow. As you touch the heel, pull the toe up towards the knee. As you touch the toe, you're straightening the leg. Heel, toe. Use your chair to help you with your balance. Heel. Don't move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. And back to center. Excellent. So when I do this, I'm not moving my ankle. I'm moving my knee. I'm moving my hip. But I'm not moving my ankle. When I do this, now everything is in the ankle. Okay? You're pumping blood to your leg. So that's very helpful. All right, we're going to do one more exercise. Go ahead and have a seat facing forward. This is a really good knee exercise. I like this exercise because you're basically exercising the leg with no load on it, right? So it's good for movement. This is called a heel kick. We're going to do 4 motions, all right? First, we're going to pick the leg up. Second, we're going to pick the leg out. Third, pick the leg back up. And fourth, float the foot to the ground. Keep the body straight, keep the back straight. At this point, I would normally talk more about sitting, but we'll do that later, okay? Because this is a good way to sit, especially if you have Parkinson's. You sit nice and straight. Don't sit like this, sit like this, okay? Straightens the core. All right. We can also do our hands. So as I'm kicking out left, I'm nearing you. I punch out with the right fist, all right? If that's too much for you, start by just the legs, all right? So there, do just the legs to start with, all right? I'll get your legs strong, and then you can add the hands. So, hands loosely gripped at the belt line, pick up the left leg. Heel kick left, punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg, and float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. Good job. Pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out right. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out left fist. Pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. 100 more times. Pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punch right. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out left fist. Pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Check your posture. Are you sitting like this or are you sitting like this?
I have curvature in the spine, so that's about as straight as it goes.
You
Just so
do,
you know.
just do the best you can, right? But just because you have curvature doesn't mean that you can't, keep practicing and maybe help. All right. I have a gentleman taking an online class with me, he's a surgeon, had back issues. Started taking Tai Chi, his back issues disappeared. And he went on a 2-week vacation and didn't do Tai Chi. Guess what started coming back? His back issues. He's like, I need to do this on vacation, don't I? Depends on how you want to feel on vacation.
That's not Chinese brainwashing right there.
Yeah, exactly. But the good Chinese bring it. All right, let's do our cool down. Lightly punch or slap the legs, all right? So we got a lot of work in on our legs, so please make sure that you hydrate, all right? Plenty of water. Okay?
That means drink, Gary Nexton.
Drink water, then you can have the wine or the beer, all right? Tighten up all the muscles of the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. And tighten up the muscles and relax. You should be drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. 64.
I
64.
didn't have a bathroom then.
Your body adjusts. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And by the way, drinking water helps your brain function better. Inhale and exhale. Our brain is like, I think it's 80% water. That's why people, when they dehydrate, they start doing stupid things like trying to drink their antifreeze out of their car when they know it's poisonous. Hey, they do that. People out in the
Yes.
desert.
All
They
kinds
get
of
stranded
things.
with their car and they start to get dehydrated and they'll drink the antifreeze, which that has a really
They fall,
bad
lose their balance, all
Right.
kinds of things.
because it affects the brain first.
Yes.
Dehydration does. So great job today. Thank you. So good seeing both of you. So good meeting Lana,
Thank you.
right, Lana?
Right, yes.
Nice
All
meeting
right,
you, Rich and Nancy.
Barbara.
Barbara, I can't-
Lana, Rich,
Yeah, I know
Barbara,
Lana.
Gary, and
Hey,
Hey,
Faye.
hey.
Excellent. Thank you guys. Great job.
thank you.
Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vaughn, good seeing you. Good
Can I help you with those?
Good seeing you, Vaughn.
Oh, we're rich.